Hello guys, and today I just kind of wanted to talk about something that I've noticed not only like as a pattern in Vocaloid. Obviously, it's a pretty big pattern in Vocaloid. But actually just in general in fandom culture and especially like art. So, what I kind of want to talk about is the amount of hate that people think is okay to spread just because someone's not good at something, right? And I don't want to sugarcoat it. That's kind of what it is, right? It's just hating on someone for not being that good thing. So in Vocaloid, there's been a couple examples of this recently, and I will specify, I don't think, I don't like the songs, right? I'm not saying that. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up one by name because this one is the one that is really getting me to think about it again, and that's the song Yumeshipper. And I don't think, I mean, obviously I don't like the song. I don't think it's a great song. But there's a difference between not liking a song and being like, okay, this song kind of isn't great. And that's okay. You're allowed to not like a song. 'Cause I don't like songs too. The difference is when it becomes like a massive trend online to just dogpile a creator who might not know everything, maybe not isn't great at it, but they're learning, it's their first thing, and then they release it because they're like, oh, maybe this is cool, I spent a lot of time on this, and then it just, people are like, nah, we're gonna dogpile this creator. And I'm not saying, in all honesty, I don't think the Yumeshipper song is good, and there was a chance that it's reached, because the thing is too, and I want actually, so this is kind of something I wanted to bring up, and I'm gonna get into this more later. I think it might be, the song might be rage bait, but that doesn't mean you should still hate on it because that's feeding into the rage bait, right? And people fall for rage bait so insanely, like insane amount, and that's kind of the point of it, right? And this is kind of what I want to get into, because if you look at the Vocaloid fandom, it gets to the point where if you hate on, like, this is just a general thing actually, if you hate on people who make new songs and actually end up blowing up the song purely for the form of hate, new producers might be too scared to show new songs. But do you know who won't be? The people who want to profit off of that 5 minutes of fame of a new song that kind of sucks, right? So, like, obviously I'm kind of bringing attention to it, and I get that this video might be seen as a little bit hypocritical, but it's not meant to be in that way. I think this video is more meant to be not a call out of the song, but more of a thing of the response around the song. And this similar thing happened with the song Cake Girl. I'm nearly certain Cake Girl was rage bait. There's no way it wasn't. But that's not the point of this. The point of this is how people respond to a perceived bad song. Because, like, in my context of how I'm explaining this, I don't think that is the song rage bait or not, is that what matters? No, because there's a chance the song couldn't be rage bait, and then you're just dogpiling on a new artist for something that maybe they were proud of, or maybe they were just like, oh, I made this and I thought it would be cool, and now they get tens of thousands of hate views, right? And what's it called? So that's kind of why you get things like Cake Girl and Yumeshipper, which there's a good chance they could be rage bait, right? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. What does matter is when you create a society where if you make a song that's bad, it will end up blowing up because people hate on it. Like if you make a song that's really bad and then people just hate on it and then it'll blow up, that's not going to attract new producers to make better songs because they're going to be afraid that their song will get hated on. Rather, what will happen is you're going to foster a community of new quote-unquote Vocaloid producers who are just trying to rage bait, right? And I think that's a major thing, right? Because my channel, if you notice, and I used to get a little bit of hate for this actually, I don't really cover things in a negative light unless it's like something that's actually like an issue. Because, for example, I never covered Cake Girl. I cover the occasional AI song and talk about the controversy around that. And sometimes I'll sometimes talk about controversies around really popular songs. But I'm not gonna, like, my philosophy for my channel is I don't want to go after a new song that is not actually causing harm and is just bad and I don't want to hate on it. And just to hate on it. And I think the main issue with this type of thing is it does create an environment, once again, where people are afraid to show their art. And I want to explain this too. This isn't just a Vocaloid thing. If you look outside of Vocaloid, the same thing happens in the general art community. If you interact with artists online at all, you'll probably see a very common sentiment, which is that new artists are unbelievably hated upon for being new and not great at something because they're new. Like, it makes no sense. And that genuinely, it is a serious issue, right? I think creating a toxic environment where for new people to not be good at something, it becomes impossible for just new people to join and start making stuff. Or it doesn't become impossible, but the barrier to entry really raises and people don't get that experience because some people might not be as naturally gifted. Some people might not have as much prior experience in making music. So when you go into their comments and berate them for not being good at something, you know, it kind of discourages people from trying. And then it once again leads to rage quit. And I want to talk a little bit about, obviously, the Yumeshipper situation. Because this has become such a wide trend, I'm pretty sure the original creator deleted this song. I'm not certain, I need to double check. But it's like, there are some of the biggest creators in all of Vocaloid, aside from me, hating on it. And that's kind of a fucked up thing to do. I don't want to name names, but if you look at, like, the big creators in Vocaloid, they're making videos on this. So it's not a thing... Like, it's a genuine, like, I can think of two people who have tens of thousands of subscribers. I don't want to call them out, I don't want to start drama, but they are making content hating on this song for no reason. And it is not great to do, and I think doing it is actually harmful for the community in more ways than one might expect. It doesn't help anyone to just spread negativity. It does not help anyone unless, and I'm not saying that hating on songs, if they are actually problematic and actually are actually causing serious issues. Like, I think hating on a song that's AI, that's perfectly fine because the creator did not give a shit, right? If they made their song using AI, they did not give a shit. So it's not really, yeah. And it's also just harmful for the community, AI. I also think songs that have themes of, well, not themes, just that are racist or promote harmful stereotypes, I think that's also a bad thing and you need to call that out. What I don't think is okay is you don't like a song, it doesn't sound great, so I'm gonna make 10 videos hating on it and probably get more views than the original creator got on their song in general. And I just think, I don't know, I just think this kind of hatred for new producers and yeah, and just in general for new people to making things kind of a problem. And yeah, this is kind of a long ass yap, but this is just kind of my general thoughts about this whole situation. It's mostly come because of that, but I also had these thoughts during the Cake Girl situation, and obviously I don't like Cake Girl as a song either. I don't enjoy it. What I'm not gonna do is make 10 videos calling it out for, you know, not being great, because what's the point of that? It's not gonna achieve anything other than discourage people from making stuff, and I think that becomes an issue in that point. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to get to 100k. I'm almost at 70k now. I'm like 1,000 subscribers away, so I would really appreciate it. Okay, bye.